Hey guys, thanks for tuning into our newsletter. So this month I'm going to focus on the Beacon Appraisal Report a lot because each month that report comes out, it ignites a lot of conversation amongst the general public and of course real estate agents because we watch this data. And I'm going to make some bold statements about what I think this data actually means. So let's dive right into it. If we look at the bin median home price, it dropped to 742,000 for the month of August after an all-time record high of 800,000 in July. As the general public watched this number go up over the summer, it gave them this impression that the market was still on fire and things were just all rosy and going crazy. I don't think this number is a true depiction of the market. The reality is home prices have come down 10 to 15% on most homes. It doesn't mean every home, it doesn't mean across the board, but on average. The average and median home price, like what we're seeing in the Beacon report, is being held up because there's a lot of high-end sales on the northwest side of Bend. Even though we're flirting with a recession and interest rates are high, clients who can afford a $2 or $3 million home aren't really affected by those things. And since we've had so many higher end sales, it's holding up this median home price. So take this number with a grain of salt. I don't think it's a true depiction of what prices are. Let's look at the next graph. The number of sales, it's actually up in August to 156, but we've seen a substantial decrease in the number of sales this year. If you look back of August of last year, there were 189 sales, August of 21, 229, and all the way back to August of 2020, which was the height of the pandemic, there were almost 300 sales. So the headwind to all this, of course, is interest rates, and that ties into the next graph, the last one we'll take a look at. This is number of cash sales versus conventional financing. In August, we saw 43 cash transactions close and 105 that were conventional financing. Again, rolling back, August of 2022, there were 134 conventional. August of 21, 156. August of 20, there were almost 204. Interest rates are about 7.5%. Here's another bold statement. They're not coming down anytime soon. I really believe they're probably here for at least 6 to 12 months, and it could very well be longer. The Fed's continuing to try to fight inflation, which is being stubborn, floating around 3%. So this doesn't mean it's all doom and gloom, but it's also not roses. If you're in the market to buy, just be prepared to be patient. Take your time. Don't be afraid to write offers. And also work on that interest rate. Let's work some things into the offer to try to buy that rate down, but also make sure you can afford that monthly payment. Don't just bank on that in 12 months you can refinance to a much lower interest rate. Maybe that doesn't happen, so you can't be house poor. And for sellers, you just need to be realistic. You can't look at comps from last year and think that your home is still going to yield that price. It's just not. We have to look at comps within the last few months. Even going 6 months back on some properties is not an accurate depiction of value. That's my take on the market. Thanks for tuning in and look forward to talking to you guys next month.